Ride the signal through the unknown. This is the cryptic current.
In the previous episode, we talked about how Doris was conducting an analysis session for Phil. By chance, I discovered that Phil wasn't actually regressing through his past lives. Without knowing when it began, they progressed from hypnosis to contact with a third party being extraterrestrial life. Somehow, while Phil was talking, he sometimes used the third person noun for himself. Now, Mrs. Doris finally understood what she was facing. It is not hypnosis returning to ordinary reincarnation, but rather extraterrestrial intelligent life. In a moment, aliens will directly answer many mysterious puzzles. There is no answer on Earth, just as the vastness of the stars remains a mystery. The underground world, where exactly is it hidden? And according to the way aliens speak, Atlantis still exists to this day. Moreover, recently, they have also started to contact us more frequently. The most important thing is, after watching today's video, you will be utterly amazed to discover that each of us has a reason for being able to watch this video. There is a cause behind it all. Each one of you is part of the universe's plan. Hello everyone, I am Miss Ruby. In this final hypnosis session, Phil suddenly said something utterly astonishing. In this room, there were originally not only him and Mrs. Doris. In fact, apart from the two of them, there were 12 aliens in the room. Spiritual energy, a high level of evolution. All 12 of these beings come from the central Havana super-universe. They're experts in various fields. All information that Phil conveys is only spoken with their consent. This also explains the reason why there are issues that women cannot speak about. And there are issues that women cannot speak about. Therefore, women cannot speak out. And now these 12 leaders see that the time has come. It's time to release even more information. So they decided to reveal their true identity to Mrs. Doris. We know you have many questions in your heart. Starting from today, we will let you know much more information. She will have more materials and notes. But unfortunately, we will not be able to do it. We will not be able to do it. We will not be able to do it. But unfortunately, we will not be able to tell you the answer to everything. Because some answers could be harmful to you. And our purpose is to want to help. Hearing this, Mrs. Doris thought, even though she had already felt the words slip out. It is truly astonishing to others. But when I found out that I was actually directly communicating with an alien, she was still shaken once again. She raised the first issue. If the soul is immortal, can you just directly make humanity on Earth go extinct? Wouldn't. Anyway, the spirits on Earth can still reincarnate to other places. You're not wrong, after the Earth perishes. The spiritual beings on Earth indeed continue to linger. But the universe has a rule, which is mutual support and assistance. 1. The warring alt side will provide necessary support to the race still in the process of evolution. 2. However, this assistance is not comprehensive. 3. We can only guide. The final decision still belongs to you. 4. If you want to know why there is a law of reciprocity in the universe. 5. Let me give an example. 6. Suppose today you were driving in the desert, sitting in cool air conditioning, drinking a soft 7. And suddenly see someone with a broken down car by the road. 8. You could completely drive away, but if you decide to stop, step out of your comfort zone. 9. And extend a hand to help a person. 10. Thanks to your help, that person had a better outcome. 11. At the same time, through helping them, you further perceive the meaning of life. 12. Because helping others is also a form of learning. 13. You still remember what I once told everyone? 14. For you, the sole purpose of life is to experience. 15. And 16. Earth is like a school for you. 17. Each planet with different environments offers different experiences. 18. And of course, different lessons. 19. When you have not completed the course on Earth, we will try to guide. 20. However, this school will eventually end. At that time, Earth will be destroyed. 21. And all of you will leave together for another planet to continue your lessons. 22. But that is a matter of the distant future. 23. How can we avoid destruction? Ask. 24. Very simple. by raising your thought energy. 25. Thought is also a form of energy. People on Earth do not yet understand this. 26. But eventually you will realize that. 27. When you think about something, it has actually already happened. 28. For example, when you imagine. 29. How terrible a nuclear war would be. 30. To some extent, you have opened the door to accepting this event's occurrence. 31. That is why we constantly remind you to elevate your spirituality. 32. Only when the inner self is filled with positive energy can all humanity move toward a better world. 33. Hearing this, Doris finally understood that the thinking of these highly evolved aliens is truly different. 34. While we are still preoccupied with trivial matters in daily life. 35. They think about how to live more meaningfully. 36. Then Doris posed another question. 37. Previously, film. 38. Most aliens today are star soul reincarnations. 39. The implication is that there are still a few aliens who come directly to Earth, right? 40. Yes, we will still personally appear on Earth, but mostly at night. 41. As it is harder for humans to detect, sometimes we also manifest in crowded central places. 42. The purpose is to prepare for the future, as there will be a day when we officially make contact with you. 43. But before that day comes, we will still use the method of star soul reincarnation. 44. To convey information. 45. So you have bases on Earth, and where are they located? 46. Yes, but the specific locations are not convenient to disclose. Usually, they are in remote places with little human traffic. 47. Doris seemed slightly disappointed but immediately shifted her attention elsewhere. 48. She began to ask, "You once said that after sowing the seeds of life, you usually do not contact us anymore." 49. Only appearing at critical stages to guide. 50. I want to ask, how do you know that Earth is currently at a critical moment? This is a very interesting issue. Previously, we used the pyramids on Earth. The stones used to build the pyramids were very carefully selected, along with the design of the faces and angles, enabling them to easily absorb Earth's energy. After concentrating the energy, it transmits information to all parties in the universe interested in you. Therefore, it can be said that pyramids are essentially communication devices on Earth. I wonder if you've noticed that, whether in Tauba, Pasha, or the Earth Protectors, their descriptions of the purpose of the pyramids might differ slightly. However, in essence, they all say pyramids are tools for transmitting information, not merely pharaohs' tombs or power-generating devices. So, currently, are parties in the universe relying on pyramids to monitor Earth? No, now we rely on the structures you have built. I believe everyone has probably heard of the Washington Monument, right? This monument was built in 1848. It has appeared in Hollywood movies more than once and is a famous landmark in the United States. And according to extraterrestrial descriptions, this structure is also a transmitter. Extraterrestrials say the Washington Monument is one of the channels for them to learn about Earth. This is also why it is the tallest structure in Washington, D.C. Because being so tall, no matter where in the district, people can easily see it. When humans make visual contact with it, human consciousness is received by the monument. It concentrates the information, then transmits it out through the pyramid-shaped apex. Extraterrestrials say we chose to place an information transmitter in the US Capitol because people here possess the most information. Thus, indirectly, we can better understand the condition of humans on Earth. Of course, there is more than one such transmitter on Earth, but the energy from the Washington Monument is the greatest. The Eiffel Tower in France also has similar functions, but its operating principle is not something we can easily disclose. Alright, but can I know if the builders of this transmitter knew the true purpose of these structures, Mrs. Doris HOI? They did not know, because these designs came from energy guided by the spiritual plane, which can be understood as extrasensory perception. When artists receive this energy wave in their consciousness, they believe it is artistic inspiration. Under their free will, they chose to construct it, and thus the tower was built, but some also chose not to build. That is why during that period, your culture stagnated without change. Wow, hearing this, I wonder if everyone suddenly feels like they realized something? According to the book, the reason the Washington Tower was built so tall was precisely to receive more of everyone's consciousness. Importantly, according to Yi Cha, the Egyptian pyramids were also one of the tallest structures on Earth. It wasn't until the Washington Monument was built that they fell to second place. But later, the Washington Monument was surpassed by the Eiffel Tower. Its tallest structures are used to transmit Earth. Since Mrs. Doris learned Phil's true identity, they have been communicating more frequently. Mrs. Doris always looks forward to meeting Phil. She wants to ask Phil more and more questions. But more accurately, she is asking the 12 extraterrestrials in that room. May I ask, since ancient times, there have been rumors that inside Earth, there actually exists another highly advanced civilization. Is this true? Mrs. Doris asked. That's correct, there are civilizations inside the Earth, and not just one. In fact, we could say there is a group of intelligent beings living inside the Earth. Inside the Earth, there is a solid type and a type with a floating outer shell. But not all are like that. These underground civilizations moved from the surface to live underground during different periods. For example, as mentioned earlier, Atlantis after being destroyed by energy and floods. The lucky survivors took their knowledge and migrated from surface cracks down into the Earth. There, their technology continued to develop, so now they possess very advanced technological skills. They have also considered returning to live on the surface, but they found the surface world extremely chaotic. After evaluation, they decided to continue living in the underground world. But one thing is, the Atlanteans nowadays have also started appearing frequently on the surface. Dinosaurs once coexisted with humans on Earth, but due to the Earth's axis shifting, surface temperatures dropped sharply. This change occurred at extremely rapid. Areas that were once warm became extremely cold within just a few minutes. Such harsh weather conditions were unsuitable for the survival of large animals. This ultimately led to the extinction of the dinosaurs. Scientists believe that changes in the Earth's axis are a slow process. In reality, the adjustment of the Earth's axis can be completed in just a few minutes. This is part of the planet's evolution, a natural phenomenon. Typically, the Earth's poles interact with crystals in the universe. This process occurs very slowly, and life on Earth cannot immediately perceive the change. The real threat is the collision of planets in the universe. When the time comes, your Earth will once again precisely adjust the positions of these planets. At that time, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and climate changes will occur. But remember, this is a natural phenomenon. If the Earth's axis tilts naturally, humanity can prepare early to adapt to environmental changes. However, nuclear war is different. Once nuclear war occurs, changes in the Earth's axis will become unpredictable. Therefore, we hope you will abandon research into nuclear weapons. Alright, let's return to Atlantis. The Atlanteans have relatively advanced technology, so they are currently collaborating with some surface nations to prepare for changes in the Earth's axis. So do the Atlanteans look like us? They are roughly similar, but there are some differences. Their skin is very white, whiter than the oldest white-skinned people among you. Their height also surpasses that of ordinary people. Currently, some descendants of the Atlanteans live underground in the Mexico area. And beneath your Antarctic surface is the dwelling place of multidimensional beings. Their way of thinking differs from that of Earthlings. Of course, there are also other races living beneath the Earth's surface. One day, you will discover that the underground world is just as bustling as the surface world. Finally, what we want to say is similar to what the Washington Monument mentioned earlier. Currently, many inventions on Earth are related to extraterrestrials like us. Currently, many sources of cosmic knowledge are directed toward this planet. This knowledge is open to everyone. As long as people on Earth think in that direction, these sources of knowledge will interact with your thoughts. This statement can also explain why, in the past nearly human science and technology have been able to develop at such a rapid pace. On the surface, it appears that someone invented it, but in reality, they first actively thought about it. And the thought energy surrounding Earth will connect and activate them. Therefore, sometimes different people have similar thoughts and works. This is because they have accessed the same source of inspiration. I believe that those of you watching this third episode will more or less realize. Earth. For example, pyramids are tools for communication. Atlantis disappeared after a catastrophe. The existence of the Creator and the origin of humanity. Most importantly, they both mention that extraterrestrials are contacting us because the time has come. As Earth's society constantly changes, morality declines, and negative thoughts continuously, it will also attract unfavorable events. As in the crop circle video, I also mentioned that there are good and bad extraterrestrials. The information they bring us is only a part. The most important thing still lies with Earth's people. The way to receive and process information to avoid making wrong decisions is what truly matters. Part 3 about the Earth's protectors, I will stop sharing here. I really look forward to receiving your feedback in the comment section below. My video ends here. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you also enjoy exploring mysterious journeys like I do, please subscribe and hit the notification bell to get the earliest notifications when new videos are released. See you again.
If the signal hooked you, subscribe and catch the next ripple.